Good evening, dear friend. Tonight you do not need to carry the weight of the whole day any longer. You have done enough. You have worried enough. You have tried enough. Now it is time to become still, to slow every racing thought, and to allow your heart to rest in the gentle presence of Jesus. As you settle into your bed, notice how soft your pillow feels beneath your head. Let your shoulders relax. Let your hands become loose. Allow every slow breath to remind you that you are safe in this moment. There is nowhere else you need to be. There is nothing you must accomplish before sleep arrives. Right now, this quiet moment is a gift from God. Take another slow breath. Feel the air gently filling your lungs, then slowly leaving your body. With every breath, imagine your worries becoming lighter. The stress from today no longer needs to stay in your hands. You can place every burden before the Lord, because He cares for you with perfect love. Tonight let Jesus speak peace into your heart. His presence is not distant. His love is not reserved for only the strongest people. His kindness reaches ordinary people living ordinary lives. He welcomes tired hearts. He welcomes anxious minds. He welcomes everyone who simply comes to Him with honesty. Perhaps today brought unexpected problems. Perhaps someone disappointed you. Perhaps you are carrying questions that still have no answers. You may even wonder why certain prayers seem to take so long. Yet even when life feels uncertain, the love of God remains steady. His character never changes. His compassion never grows weak. His mercy is new every morning, and His faithfulness continues through every night. As the room becomes quieter, allow your thoughts to become quieter as well. You do not have to force your mind to become perfectly still. Simply allow every breath to slow you down. Every peaceful moment is another reminder that God is gently watching over your life. Outside your window the night may seem calm. Perhaps the sky is covered with countless stars. Perhaps clouds have hidden them from your eyes. Yet even when you cannot see the stars, they remain above you. In the same way, even when you cannot always feel God working, His loving hand continues to guide your journey. Jesus understands every hidden fear inside your heart. He understands every silent tear that nobody else has seen. He understands the dreams you have not shared with anyone. Nothing about your life is unknown to Him. He walks beside you with endless patience, inviting you to trust Him one gentle step at a time. Sometimes we expect God to answer us with dramatic signs. Sometimes we hope every question will disappear overnight. Yet very often he speaks through quiet moments like this one. He meets us while the world becomes silent. He reminds us that his peace is stronger than our fears, and his light reaches places where our own strength cannot. As you continue resting, remember that your value does not come from how successful you were today. Your worth does not depend on how much you achieved. You are loved because God chose to love you. His grace is not something you earn. It is something He freely gives through His goodness. Think about how gently Jesus welcomed people throughout His earthly ministry. He welcomed children. He welcomed those who were forgotten. He welcomed people carrying shame, sickness, and disappointment. He never rushed them away. He looked into their hearts with compassion before anything else. That same compassion remains available for you tonight. Maybe your body feels tired. Maybe your mind has been working without rest for many hours. Allow yourself to release every heavy thought. You do not have to solve tomorrow before falling asleep tonight. Tomorrow belongs to God just as much as today does. The quiet of this evening reminds us that every new day begins with rest. God designed sleep as a gift. During these peaceful hours your body recovers. Your mind becomes calmer. Your heart learns once again that it is safe to trust the one who never sleeps and never stops watching over his children. Imagine yourself walking through a peaceful field under a beautiful night sky. A gentle breeze moves across the grass. The air feels fresh and clean. Every breath fills your heart with calm. Above you countless stars shine with quiet beauty. Each one reminds you that the Creator who formed the heavens also knows your name. No life is too small for God's attention. No prayer is too simple for Him to hear. No broken heart is beyond His comfort. Every whispered prayer matters because every person matters to Him. Tonight let your heart become open to His peace. Do not worry about having perfect faith. Even a small step toward Jesus is precious. Even a quiet prayer spoken through tired lips reaches His loving heart. As this peaceful evening continues, we will begin a beautiful journey together. We will remember one of the most meaningful moments in the story of God's love for the war. LD. We will travel back to a quiet night when hope began shining in an unforgettable way. Long before many people recognized the Savior, God placed a light in the heavens that invited searching hearts to come closer. That gentle light did not appear simply to amaze people. It pointed beyond itself. It quietly directed every willing heart toward Jesus. Just as that light guided faithful travelers many years ago, Jesus continues to guide people today. He still leads those who are searching. He still welcomes those who feel lost. He still offers peace to every heart willing to follow him. So continue resting now. Let every slow breath remind you that you are not walking through life alone. Jesus is with you. His love surrounds you. His peace is gently covering your heart as we begin this beautiful story together. Remain where you are for just a little longer. There is no need to hurry into sleep. Allow this peaceful moment to become a quiet meeting place between your heart and the gentle love of Jesus. Take another slow breath. Feel the calm filling every part of your body. Let every exhale carry away another layer of worry. You may not notice every change immediately, but peace often arrives quietly, like the first light before sunrise. It comes gently, without demanding attention, and slowly fills everything around it. Jesus often works in the same beautiful way. His presence is rarely loud. His love is not forced upon anyone. He patiently waits for every willing heart to welcome him. Even now, while the world grows silent, he is closer than you may realize. Perhaps you have carried burdens for many months. Perhaps there are questions that have remained unanswered for years. You may have prayed again and again, wondering when life will become easier. If that describes your heart tonight, know that you are not forgotten. Every prayer has been heard. Every tear has been seen. Every quiet moment of faith has value in the eyes of God. The Bible reminds us that Jesus is the Good Shepherd. A shepherd never forgets even one sheep. He notices when one becomes tired. He notices when one falls behind. He notices when one becomes frightened by the darkness. Instead of leaving that sheep alone, he gently goes after it until it is safe again. That beautiful picture reminds us of God's heart toward every person. He is not searching for perfect people. He is searching for willing hearts. Hearts that are ready to trust him one step at a time. Hearts that are willing to wreck. Eve his peace instead of carrying every burden alone. Tonight you do not have to pretend that everything is fine. Jesus already knows every part of your story. He knows your victories. He knows your disappointments. He knows the conversations that still replay inside your mind. He knows the fears that sometimes wake you during the night. Yet none of those things cause him to love you any less. Imagine placing every heavy thought into his hands. One by one, release every concern. Your family. Your health. Your future. Your finances. Your unanswered prayers. Place each one before him. You do not have to understand everything tonight. You only need to remember that God understands far more than we ever could. As your breathing becomes slower, notice how peaceful the night can be. Even when the world seems dark, there is beauty hidden within the darkness. The moon quietly shines. Gentle stars continue their journey across the heavens. The wind softly moves through the trees. Every part of creation reminds us that God remains faithful through every season. Long before the birth of Jesus, God had already prepared His wonderful plan. Generations waited with hope. Prophets spoke about the coming Savior. Ordinary people continued living their daily lives without realizing that history was moving toward one extraordinary moment. God's timing is always perfect. Sometimes we wish He would move faster. Sometimes we wonder why we must wait. Yet looking back, we often discover that His wisdom was protecting us all along. The waiting seasons were never empty. They were preparing our hearts for something greater. Maybe you are living through one of those waiting seasons today. If so, let this encourage you. Waiting with God is never wasted time. Even when nothing seems to change on the surface, He is quietly working beneath it. He is shaping your heart. He is strengthening your faith. He is preparing blessings that you cannot yet see. Jesus invites us to trust Him even before we understand His plans. Faith often begins where certainty ends. It grows slowly, just like a seed becoming a strong tree. Day after day, God patiently continues His work inside every willing heart. As we continue this peaceful journey together, imagine the world many centuries ago. The night sky looked just as beautiful then as it does now. Families rested beneath the same stars. Travelers crossed quiet deserts beneath the moonlight. Children looked toward the heavens with wonder, never knowing that God was preparing one of the greatest signs the world would ever witness. Far away, there were people searching for truth. They had wealth. They had knowledge. They had influence. Yet deep inside they still longed for something greater than anything this world could offer. Success could not satisfy their hearts. Human wisdom could not answer every question. They believed there had to be a greater purpose waiting beyond everything they already knew. God saw those searching hearts. He knew their desire was genuine. He knew they were willing to follow wherever truth would lead them. So in His perfect wisdom, He prepared a gentle invitation. Not a voice filled with fear. Not a display meant to force belief. Instead He placed a beautiful light in the heavens, quietly calling sincere hearts to begin an unforgettable journey. That same invitation still exists today. Jesus continues calling people with kindness instead of fear. He welcomes every person who sincerely seeks Him. He does not reject those who have questions. He patiently walks beside those who are learning to trust Him. Perhaps tonight you are also on that journey. Perhaps your faith is growing little by little. If so, remember that Jesus is never impatient with honest seekers. Every small step toward Him matters. Every quiet prayer matters. Every choice to trust Him, even for one more day, brings you closer to experiencing His perfect peace. So continue resting peacefully. Allow your heart to become lighter with every passing moment. Let the love of Jesus gently surround your thoughts. Soon we will begin walking beside those faithful travelers who chose to follow the light that God placed before them. Their journey will remind us that every person who sincerely seeks Jesus will always discover that He has been leading them with love all along. Before we continue our journey, allow yourself to become even more comfortable. If your eyes are still open, you may gently close them now. Let the quiet around you become a reminder that God is near. Every peaceful breath is a gift. Every gentle moment is another opportunity to rest in His faithful love. Take one slow breath, then another. Feel your heartbeat becoming calmer. Feel your thoughts becoming softer. There is no pressure here. There is no need to rush. Tonight is not about accomplishing anything. Tonight is about receiving the peace that Jesus freely offers. As you rest, remember Jesus is with you. His presence is not limited by distance. His love reaches every home, every room, every heart that quietly turns toward Him. Whether you are ending this day with joy or ending it with tears, His compassion remains the same. Many people spend their lives searching for something that will finally satisfy their hearts. Some search for success. Others search for security. Many search for acceptance. Yet even after finding those things, they often discover that something is still missing. There remains a quiet longing that nothing in this world can completely fill. That longing was placed inside every human heart for a beautiful reason. It gently reminds us that we were created to know God. We were created to walk with Him. We were created to experience His love every day. Jesus never forces anyone to follow Him. Instead, He lovingly invites each person. His invitation is filled with kindness. It is filled with grace. He patiently waits for every searching heart to discover that true peace is found in Him alone. Perhaps you can remember moments in your own life when God quietly guided you without you realizing it. Maybe a conversation encouraged you exactly when you needed hope. Maybe a difficult season changed your heart in ways you never expected. Maybe a closed door protected you from something you could not see at the time. Looking back, you may now recognize His gentle hand leading you all along. God often works in ways that seem ordinary at first. Small moments become life-changing moments. Quiet decisions become turning points. Simple acts of kindness become reminders of His love. What appears small today may become one of the greatest blessings tomorrow. As the night grows deeper, imagine yourself standing beneath an endless sky filled with countless stars. The air is cool. Everything around you feels peaceful. The silence is comforting rather than lonely. Above you stretches a beautiful display of God's creation. Every shining light reminds you that the Creator of the universe is also the shepherd of your soul. The heavens have always declared His glory. Long before cities were built. Long before nations rose and fell. The stars quietly reflected the greatness of their Creator. They did not speak with words, yet they pointed people toward the One who made all things. There came a special night unlike any other. A night prepared by God long before anyone living on earth could understand its meaning. Heaven itself would provide a sign. Not to entertain curious people. Not to create confusion, but to love. Inly guide sincere hearts toward the Savior who had come into the world. Far away from Bethlehem, faithful seekers were watching the night sky with careful attention. They had spent years studying the heavens. They understood the movement of stars. They respected wisdom. Yet they were still searching for a truth greater than their own understanding. Without realizing it, their greatest journey was about to begin. The light they would soon notice was unlike anything they had ever seen before. It would awaken hope inside their hearts. It would invite them to leave behind comfort and familiarity. It would lead them across great distances toward a child they had never met, yet somehow already believed was worthy of their devotion. Their journey would require patience. It would require courage. It would require trust. There would be long roads ahead, uncertain moments, and questions that could not yet be answered. Still they chose to move forward because hope had become stronger than fear. That choice continues to inspire us today. Faith is often taking the next step before seeing the entire path. Trust is continuing to walk even when every answer has not yet arrived. The people who discover God's greatest blessings are often those who keep moving forward with humble hearts. Perhaps your own journey feels uncertain tonight. You may not know what tomorrow will bring. You may not know how every prayer will be answered. Yet you can know this with confidence. Jesus walks beside you. His love does not leave when life becomes difficult. His peace does not disappear when questions remain. His promises continue even through the darkest nights. Soon we will travel together into that remarkable story. We will quietly follow those faithful travelers as they begin their search for the newborn King. We will see how God gently led them one step at a time. Their story is not only about a journey across the desert. It is also a story about every heart that longs to know Jesus more deeply. So continue resting now. Let every breath become slower. Let every worry become lighter. Let your heart remain open to the gentle voice of God's love. The night is peaceful. The journey is about to begin. And above every path shines the faithful light that has always pointed searching hearts toward Jesus. The night had become wonderfully still. A cool breeze moved gently across the quiet land, carrying with it the scent of dry earth and distant hills. Above everything stretched an endless sky. Deep and peaceful, filled with countless stars shining with quiet beauty. It was the kind of night that invited people to slow down, to lift their eyes toward heaven, and to remember that the Creator was greater than every worry they carried. As you continue resting tonight, imagine yourself standing beneath that beautiful sky. There is no noise around you. Only silence. Only peace. Only the gentle reminder that God has always been near His people, even when they could not immediately recognize His presence. Tonight, let Jesus speak peace into your heart. Let every anxious thought become smaller as His quiet love becomes greater. You are not walking through life by yourself. Even when the road feels uncertain, He continues to lead with perfect wisdom and endless compassion. Many years ago, far beyond the hills of Bethlehem, there were people whose hearts longed for truth. They had studied many writings. They had searched for wisdom in many places. They possessed knowledge that many admired, yet they understood something very important. Human understanding alone could never satisfy the deepest questions of the soul. Every evening they looked toward the heavens with hope. The stars reminded them that someone far greater had created such magnificent beauty. Every movement across the night sky whispered that the universe was not the result of chance. It reflected purpose. It reflected order. It reflected the loving hand of God. One evening, something unexpected appeared. Among the familiar stars, a brilliant light captured every eye. It shone with unusual beauty. It seemed calm, yet impossible to ignore. It was not frightening. Instead, it awakened wonder. It invited every sincere heart to look a little longer. The travelers stood together in silence. No one rushed to speak. Sometimes the greatest moments leave us without words. They simply fill the heart with quiet amazement. One of the older travelers finally smiled with gentle confidence. He believed they were witnessing something prepared by God Himself. Another quietly nodded in agreement. Deep within their hearts, hope began growing stronger than uncertainty. They did not yet understand every detail. They did not know exactly where the journey would lead. They did not know how many weeks or months the road would require. They simply believed that the light was inviting them towards something holy. Faith often begins exactly this way. God rarely reveals every step before we begin walking. Instead, He gives us enough light for the next step. Then another. Then another. Little by little He teaches us to trust His guidance instead of depending only on our own understanding. Perhaps you have experienced something similar in your own life. Maybe God placed a quiet desire inside your heart. Maybe He gently encouraged you to forgive someone. Maybe He invited you to begin again after disappointment. At first the path seemed unclear, yet each faithful step slowly revealed the next one. Jesus still leads people with that same gentle wisdom today. He never pushes us forward with fear. He lovingly invites us to follow Him with confidence. His voice brings peace instead of confusion. His presence brings hope instead of despair. The travelers spent many days preparing for their journey. They carefully gathered food and water. They packed clothing for changing weather. They selected gifts worthy of someone they believed would be a great king. Every preparation reflected expectation. Every small task reminded them that something extraordinary awaited ahead. As they worked together, their conversations became filled with hope. They wondered what the promised king might be like. Would he rule with kindness? Would he bring peace to broken people? Would he reveal the heart of God more clearly than anyone before him? None of them knew the answers. Yet every question drew them closer to beginning the journey. Sometimes our greatest growth happens before we even reach our destination. The preparation itself changes us. Waiting teaches patience. Hope teaches endurance. Trust teaches peace. Jesus often shapes our hearts long before we receive the blessing we have been praying for. As sunrise came the following morning, the travelers mounted their camels and looked once more toward the heavens. The brilliant light still shone with quiet beauty. Their hearts became filled with fresh courage. Leaving home is never easy. Every journey asks us to leave something familiar behind. Comfort must often give way to faith. Certainty must sometimes give way to trust. Yet they believed that whatever they left behind could never compare with what God was leading them toward. What beautiful wisdom that is for every believer today. Sometimes we hold tightly to things that God lovingly asks us to release. Old fears, old disappointments, old habits, old regrets. Not because He wants to take something away, but because He desires to give something far greater. Jesus never removes peace from our lives. He leads us into deeper peace. He never removes hope. He strengthens it. He never abandons those who sincerely seek Him. As the travelers began moving across the wide desert, each step carried them farther from the familiar and closer to God's unfolding plan. The road stretched far into the distance. The days would become long. The nights would become cold. There would be moments of weariness. There would be moments when questions returned. Still they continued. Not because they possessed perfect certainty, but because hope had become stronger than doubt. That same invitation remains before every one of us tonight. Jesus does not ask us to understand everything before trusting Him. He simply asks us to keep walking beside Him. One faithful step. One peaceful prayer. One surrendered heart. As you continue resting tonight, imagine yourself quietly joining those travelers. Feel the gentle rhythm of the journey. Notice the peaceful silence of the desert beneath the endless sky. Above you the beautiful light continues shining with unwavering faithfulness. Its purpose has never been to draw attention to itself. Its purpose is to lead every searching heart toward Jesus. And that is exactly where our beautiful journey together will continue. The sun slowly disappeared beyond the distant horizon, leaving behind a sky painted with soft shades of gold, deep blue, and gentle purple. As daylight faded, the desert became peaceful once again. The warm air of the afternoon gave way to a cool evening breeze. One by one, countless stars began appearing across the heavens, filling the night with quiet beauty. The travelers paused for the evening. Their camels rested after another long day on the road. A small fire glowed softly in the center of their camp, providing warmth against the cool desert air. They shared simple food together, speaking quietly as they looked toward the endless sky. No one complained about the distance they had already traveled. No one wished they had stayed home. Deep inside each heart was a growing confidence that every mile was bringing them closer to something far greater than they had ever imagined. As you continue resting tonight, imagine yourself sitting beside them. Feel the gentle warmth of the fire. Listen to the peaceful silence surrounding the camp. Above you, the stars shine with perfect clarity, reminding you that the same God who watches over the heavens is watching over your life. Sometimes our greatest blessings begin with a simple decision to trust God one more day. The travelers did not know exactly what tomorrow would bring. There could be strong winds. There could be difficult roads. There could be unexpected obstacles waiting ahead. Yet they chose to rest peacefully because they believed the one who had begun this journey would continue leading them. That same truth speaks to our hearts today. Many of us spend too much time worrying about tomorrow. We imagine problems that have not yet arrived. We search for answers before the questions even appear. Little by little, anxiety steals the peace that God wants us to enjoy. Jesus gently invites us to live differently. He reminds us that each day carries enough grace for its own needs. We are not asked to carry tomorrow before tomorrow arrives. We are invited to trust Him today. Then tomorrow we trust Him again. As the travelers looked toward the beautiful light that continued shining in the distance, one of them quietly said that perhaps the journey itself was already changing them. Everyone smiled. Those simple words carried great wisdom. When they first left home, they were filled mostly with curiosity. Now something much deeper had begun growing inside them. Their hearts were becoming more humble, more thankful, more willing to listen, more eager to discover God's purpose. Sometimes we ask God to change our circumstances, while He is gently changing our hearts. The road teaches lessons that comfort never can. Long days teach patience. Quiet nights teach reflection. Uncertainty teaches dependence upon God. Every step becomes an opportunity to grow stronger in faith. Perhaps tonight you are walking through your own desert season. Maybe you have waited longer than you expected. Maybe your prayers seem to be moving slowly. Maybe you cannot yet see where God is leading you. If that is your story, remember this. God has never abandoned a sincere heart that continues seeking Him. His timing remains perfect even when our understanding is incomplete. His love remains constant even when our emotions change. His promises remain true even when circumstances become difficult. The travelers woke before sunrise each morning. They packed their supplies with quiet determination. They cared for one another. When someone became tired, the others slowed their pace. When someone felt discouraged, another offered words of hope. Faith was never meant to be lived alone. God often places people beside us who strengthen our hearts during difficult seasons. A kind word, a gentle prayer, a listening ear. These simple gifts become reminders that His love often reaches us through other people. As another day passed, the journey continued across wide valleys and rolling hills. The path was not always smooth. Loose stones covered sections of the road. Strong winds occasionally lifted clouds of dust into the air. Yet every evening the beautiful light remained visible. It never failed them. Whenever they lifted their eyes, hope returned. That is one reason Scripture so often encourages us to lift our eyes toward God. When we focus only on our problems, fear grows larger. When we focus on Jesus, peace grows stronger. He does not promise that every road will be easy. He promises that we will never walk alone. Tonight let Jesus remind your heart of that beautiful truth. He walks beside you during joyful seasons. He walks beside you during painful seasons. He remains faithful when life feels clear. He remains faithful when life feels uncertain. Nothing surprises Him. Nothing is beyond His power. Nothing can separate you from His love. As darkness settled once again across the desert, the travelers looked ahead and noticed that the beautiful light appeared brighter than before. It seemed closer now. The distance between the promise and its fulfillment was becoming smaller with every passing day. They smiled with renewed hope. Soon they would discover that God had been faithfully guiding every step since the very beginning. Perhaps the same is true for your own life tonight. Perhaps one day you will look back and realize that Jesus was quietly leading you through every season, every disappointment, every unexpected delay, and every joyful surprise. His guidance never stopped. His love never failed. His light never disappeared. So continue resting peacefully. Release every burden that still feels heavy. Leave every unanswered question in God's loving hands. Allow His quiet presence to surround your heart. For the journey is continuing exactly as He planned, and with every faithful step, His wonderful purpose becomes a little clearer. Another peaceful evening settled over the desert. The sky stretched endlessly above the travelers, clear and magnificent. The bright light that had first awakened hope in their hearts continued shining faithfully before them. Night after night it remained unchanged, reminding them that the God who had called them was also the God who would faithfully complete the journey. As you continue resting, Tonight, allow your breathing to become even slower. Feel your body becoming lighter with every gentle breath. Let every anxious thought quietly drift away. This moment belongs to God. This peaceful night belongs to Him. Your life also belongs safely in His loving hands. Jesus is with you right now. He is not waiting for you to become stronger before He draws near. He is not asking you to carry every burden by yourself. His invitation is simple. Come to Him with your tired heart. Bring your fears. Bring your questions. Bring your hopes. He welcomes every part of your story with perfect compassion. The travelers continued moving forward one steady step at a time. There were days when the road seemed endless. The horizon never appeared to become closer. The desert looked almost the same in every direction. Sand, rocks, distant hills, and endless sky surrounded them. Still they refused to lose heart. They understood something that many people forget. Progress is not always measured by what our eyes can immediately see. Sometimes the greatest progress happens quietly inside our hearts. Every day they learned greater patience. Every day they trusted the light a little more. Every day they became less dependent upon their own understanding and more willing to follow God's direction. Faith grows in exactly the same way. It is built one decision at a time, one prayer at a time, one act of trust at a time. Many people hope that faith will remove every difficulty from life. Yet Jesus often uses difficulties to deepen our trust in Him. Storms reveal His faithfulness. Waiting reveals His patience. Uncertainty teaches us to lean upon His wisdom instead of our own. Perhaps tonight you are facing a season that feels uncertain. Maybe you have been praying for healing. Maybe you are waiting for restoration. Maybe you hope someone you love will discover God's peace. Whatever your prayer may be, remember this gentle truth. Jesus never grows tired of listening. He never becomes impatient with sincere hearts. He never forgets a single prayer offered in faith. Sometimes His answers arrive quickly. Sometimes they unfold slowly. But His love remains constant through every season. The travelers often encouraged one another by remembering why they had begun the journey. Whenever weariness appeared, someone would quietly speak about the promised King they hoped to meet. Those simple conversations filled every heart with fresh courage. Hope has a beautiful way of renewing tired The more they spoke about the one they were seeking, the less they focused on the hardships surrounding them. That is still true today. The more we fix our hearts upon Jesus, the less power fear has over our thoughts. His peace slowly replaces anxiety. His love gently overcomes loneliness. His promises become stronger than our doubts. As another evening arrived, they stopped beside a small group of trees growing near a quiet spring. Fresh water flowed gently across smooth stones. The sound was soft and comforting. Birds rested among the branches. Everything around them seemed to whisper that God faithfully provides exactly what His children need. Not always everything they want, but always what they truly need. The travelers rested with grateful hearts. They understood that every drink of water was a gift. Every peaceful night was a blessing. Every safe mile was evidence of God's care. Gratitude changed the atmosphere of their journey. Instead of focusing on what remained ahead, they thanked God for how far He had already brought them. What a beautiful lesson for every heart tonight. Sometimes peace grows when gratitude becomes our daily habit. Thank God for the breath you are breathing. Thank Him for another evening. Thank Him for His patience. Thank Him for His mercy. Thank Him because His love has carried you farther than you sometimes realize. As you lie quietly tonight, allow gratitude to gently fill your heart. Thank Jesus for remaining faithful during seasons you barely survived. Thank Him for protecting you when you never noticed the dangers He quietly removed from your path. Thank Him for giving you strength on days when your own strength seemed completely gone. His goodness has surrounded your life far more often than you may recognize. The travelers looked once again toward the beautiful light above them. It seemed brighter than ever before. The distance was becoming shorter. Excitement quietly filled every heart. Soon they would arrive in the land they had long dreamed about. Soon every sacrifice would become worthwhile. Soon they would stand before the one whom God had promised long ago. Without realizing it, their greatest treasure was never the gifts they carried. Their greatest treasure was the opportunity to know Jesus. That remains true for us today. Nothing we own compares with knowing Him. Nothing this world offers brings peace like His presence. Nothing satisfies the human heart more deeply than walking each day with the Savior who loves us without measure. So continue resting peacefully. Allow every breath to remind you that God is still leading your journey. Even when you cannot see every step ahead. Even when the road feels long. Even when the answers have not yet arrived. Jesus remains faithful. His light never fades. His love never fails. His peace never leaves the hearts that continue trusting Him. And as the travelers quietly prepared to continue their journey at first light, they had no idea that the greatest moment of their lives was now closer than ever before. The morning arrived with quiet beauty. Gentle rays of sunlight slowly stretched across the hills surrounding Bethlehem. The cool air carried the peaceful sounds of birds welcoming a new day. Everything seemed calm. Everything seemed ordinary. Yet hidden within that quiet morning was the fulfillment of promises that had been spoken centuries before. As you continue resting tonight, imagine yourself walking slowly through those peaceful streets. Every step feels calm. Every breath feels lighter. Your heart is no longer rushing. There is only peace, only quiet expectation, only the gentle awareness that God is about to reveal something wonderful. Tonight let Jesus remind you that His greatest work often begins in the simplest places. The world usually looks for greatness in grand cities, powerful rulers, and impressive buildings. God often chooses something completely different. He delights in revealing His glory through humility. He brings hope into ordinary homes. He fills simple lives with extraordinary purpose. Bethlehem was not the city most people expected. It was small. It was quiet. Many travelers passed through without giving it another thought. Yet God had chosen this humble place long before anyone realized its importance. Sometimes we wonder why God chooses the unexpected path for our lives. Perhaps He allows us to live quietly while others receive attention. Perhaps He leads us through seasons where very few people notice our faithfulness. Yet God's purpose has never depended on human recognition. He sees every faithful heart. He notices every quiet act of kindness. He treasures every prayer whispered in the darkness. Nothing offered to Him is ever forgotten. The travelers slowly entered the town with thankful hearts. The long journey had changed them. They had left home carrying curiosity. Now they carried something much deeper. They carried hope. They carried humility. They carried a growing love for the God who had faithfully guided every step of their journey. Looking back across the many miles they had traveled, they realized that every difficult day had prepared them for this moment. The long roads had taught patience. The lonely nights had strengthened trust. The uncertain days had taught them to depend upon God's guidance instead of their own understanding. Jesus still works in the same beautiful way. The seasons that seem difficult often become the seasons that prepare us for our greatest blessings. The prayers that seem delayed often deepen our faith. The waiting seasons often produce hearts that are ready to receive God's perfect timing. As they quietly walked through Bethlehem, the travelers noticed families beginning another ordinary day. Children played outside their homes. Merchants opened small shops. Neighbors greeted one another with warm smiles. Life appeared completely normal. Yet only a few people understood that the Savior of the world was living among them. That truth speaks gently to us today. God is often working around us in ways we cannot immediately recognize. He may already be answering prayers that have not yet become visible. He may already be opening doors that we cannot yet see. He may already be preparing tomorrow while we are still worrying about today. His wisdom reaches far beyond our understanding. His plans unfold with perfect timing. The travelers continued following the light with quiet confidence. Every step became slower. Every heartbeat became stronger. The beautiful light seemed to rest peacefully ahead, inviting them to continue with joyful expectation. One traveler quietly whispered that this moment would remain in his heart forever. Another smiled and simply nodded. Words were becoming unnecessary. Some moments are too beautiful for long conversations. Some moments invite us to simply stand in quiet gratitude. As you continue listening tonight, allow your own heart to become quiet before God. You do not always need many words when you come into His presence. Sometimes the greatest prayer is simply resting before Him, allowing His peace to surround you, allowing His love to calm every fear, allowing His faithfulness to remind you that you are never alone. Jesus understands every chapter of your story. He knows the victories you celebrate. He knows the disappointments you rarely speak about. He knows every hidden burden that no one else can see. Still He continues loving you with perfect compassion. Nothing taboo. Your past surprises Him. Nothing about your future causes Him concern. He remains the same yesterday, today, and forever. The travelers had followed a light across deserts, mountains, valleys, and unfamiliar roads. Yet they now understood something greater than they had ever imagined. The light itself was never the destination. It was simply pointing them toward Jesus. The same is true in every generation. Every blessing points toward Him. Every act of grace points toward Him. Every answered prayer points toward Him. Every moment of peace ultimately leads us closer to the One who lovingly calls us by name. As another gentle breeze moved through the quiet streets of Bethlehem, hope filled every heart. The journey that had begun many weeks before was reaching its beautiful fulfillment. Yet an even greater journey was only beginning. The journey of knowing Jesus. The journey of trusting Him each day. The journey of discovering His endless mercy, His faithful love, and His perfect peace. That journey continues for every believer today. And tonight, as you rest safely in His presence, may your own heart continue following the gentle light that has always been leading you toward Jesus, one peaceful step at a time. The travelers continued walking with quiet hearts. Every step through Bethlehem felt different from every step that had come before. The long road across deserts and distant lands was finally behind them. What had once been a distant hope was now becoming a beautiful reality. As you continue resting tonight, imagine yourself walking beside them. The morning air is cool. Gentle sunlight touches the stone pathways. The town is peaceful. Nothing appears extraordinary to the people going about their daily lives. Yet heaven knows that this ordinary morning holds extraordinary grace. Jesus often enters our lives in quiet ways. He does not always arrive through dramatic moments. Sometimes He speaks through peaceful mornings. Sometimes through gentle kindness. Sometimes through a quiet conviction inside the heart. Sometimes through a simple verse of Scripture that arrives exactly when we need it. His voice is never rushed. His love is never hurried. His peace gently fills every heart that welcomes Him. The travelers noticed that the beautiful light had stopped moving. For the first time since their journey had begun, there was no need to continue searching. The light rested peacefully above one humble home. They looked at one another with grateful smiles. No one celebrated loudly. No one rushed forward. Instead, they stood quietly, overwhelmed by gratitude. The God who created the heavens had faithfully guided them every mile. Not once had He abandoned them. Not once had He forgotten them. Even during the longest nights, His light remained before them. Looking back over their journey, they understood that every difficult moment had become part of God's loving plan. The exhausting days had strengthened their endurance. The uncertain nights had deepened their trust. The waiting had prepared their hearts for this very moment. How often God works this same way in our lives. Many blessings require preparation before they are received. Sometimes we ask God to move quickly. Yet He patiently prepares our hearts so that when the blessing finally arrives, we are able to appreciate it with greater gratitude. Perhaps tonight you are still waiting for something important. Do not lose hope. God has not forgotten you. His delays are never without purpose. His timing is never careless. Every season is held securely within His loving hands. As the travelers slowly approached the house, every heartbeat seemed louder than before. They had imagined this moment many times during the journey. Yet now that it had finally arrived, words became difficult to find. Faith had carried them this far. Love would carry them the rest of the way. One traveler quietly bowed his head before taking another step. Another whispered a simple prayer of thanks. None of them felt proud of their accomplishment. Instead, they felt humbled by God's kindness. They realized they had not found Jesus because they were wiser than others. They had found him because God had graciously led them. The same truth comforts every believer today. We do not come to Jesus because we are perfect. We come because he lovingly invites us. We do not earn his grace. We simply receive the gift he freely offers. His love reaches every person willing to open their heart. As they stood outside the humble home, they noticed how simple everything appeared. There were no royal guards, no magnificent palace, no display of earthly power, only quiet peace, only humble surroundings, only the beautiful presence of God's perfect plan unfolding exactly as he intended. How different God's kingdom is from the kingdoms of this world. People often measure greatness by wealth. God measures greatness by humility. People admire power. God delights in love. People pursue recognition. Jesus came to serve. Every part of his life revealed the beautiful heart of the Father. As you rest tonight, remember that Jesus still welcomes humble hearts. You do not need impressive words. You do not need perfect faith. You do not need to have every answer. You simply need a willing heart. He gladly receives everyone who comes with honesty and trust. The travelers carefully carried the gifts they had protected throughout the long journey. Gold, frankincense, myrrh. These gifts were precious. Yet something inside their hearts had become even more valuable during the journey. They had learned obedience. They had learned patience. They had learned gratitude. They had learned that knowing Jesus would always be greater than possessing earthly treasures. Perhaps that is one of the greatest lessons for us as well. Many things in life are valuable. Family, friendship, health, work. They are all wonderful gifts from God. Yet above every blessing stands the greatest gift of all. A relationship with Jesus. His presence brings peace that circumstances cannot remove. His forgiveness brings freedom that success cannot provide. His love satisfies the deepest longing of every human heart. The travelers quietly looked once more toward the heavens. The beautiful light had completed its mission. It had faithfully pointed every searching heart toward the Savior. That is exactly what God's light continues to do today. It never points toward itself. It always points toward Jesus. So tonight, allow your heart to become still once more. Release every burden into His care. Leave every fear in His hands. Rest in the certainty that the same faithful God who guided those travelers continues guiding your life today. His wisdom has never failed. His mercy has never ended. His promises remain true. And as the travelers prepared to step through the doorway, they knew that the greatest moment of their lives was only a few steps away. Their search was ending, but their life with Jesus was only beginning. The travelers stood quietly outside the humble home. For a few peaceful moments, no one moved. Their long journey had finally reached the place toward which every step had been leading. The same God who had placed the light in the heavens had also brought them safely to this quiet doorway. As you continue resting tonight, imagine yourself standing beside them. Feel the stillness of the morning. Listen to the gentle sounds of the village waking to another ordinary day. Everything seems peaceful. No thing appears rushed. Yet your heart senses that something beautiful is about to unfold. Jesus often meets us in quiet places. He meets us when the world becomes still. He meets us when our hearts become willing to listen. He meets us when we stop depending only on ourselves and begin trusting His loving guidance. You are not alone tonight. God is nearer than you may realize. His presence surrounds every person who sincerely seeks Him. He knows your story completely. He knows every victory that made you smile. He knows every disappointment that left silent pain inside your heart. He knows every prayer you whispered when no one else was listening. Nothing has ever escaped His attention. The travelers slowly walked toward the entrance. Their hearts were filled with deep respect. They understood that they were not simply visiting another family. They were about to stand before the one whom generations had waited to see. The years of longing. The ancient promises. The words spoken by the prophets. Everything was coming together through God's perfect plan. Looking back across history, it becomes clear that God never forgot His promises. Generations passed. Kingdoms rose and disappeared. Leaders came and went. Yet God's word remained unchanged. What He promised, He fulfilled. That same faithfulness continues today. When God gives hope, He does not take it back. When he speaks with love, his love remains. When he begins a good work in someone's life, he continues leading them with patience and grace. Perhaps there have been moments when you questioned whether God was still working. Perhaps you wondered if he had forgotten your prayers. Maybe the waiting became longer than you expected. The story of these faithful travelers reminds us that God is always working, even when we cannot yet see the full picture. Every mile they walked had purpose. Every delay had purpose. Every quiet evening beneath the stars had purpose. Nothing was wasted. The same is true for your own journey. Jesus can use every season of your life. The joyful days. The painful days. The successful days. The uncertain days. Every chapter can become part of his beautiful work inside your heart. As the travelers prepared to enter the home, gratitude completely filled their minds. They no longer thought about how difficult the road had been. They no longer remembered every obstacle. They no longer focused on the sacrifices they had made. Instead, they simply thanked God for bringing them safely to this moment. Gratitude has a wonderful way of changing our perspective. When we remember God's faithfulness, fear begins losing its strength. When we remember his goodness, hope quietly grows again. When we remember his love, peace gently returns. Tonight perhaps your own heart can pause for a moment and remember God's faithfulness. Think about the prayers he has already answered. Think about the days he carried you when you felt weak. Think about the unexpected blessings that arrived just when you needed them. Think about the people he placed in your life to encourage you. His goodness has surrounded you more times than you may realize. As the doors slowly opened, everything became wonderfully peaceful. There was no feeling of fear. There was no feeling of uncertainty. Only quiet joy. Only humble worship. Only grateful hearts standing before the greatest gift heaven had ever given to the world. Jesus came into the world with humility. He did not demand attention. He did not seek earthly glory. He came to reveal the Father's love. He came to bring forgiveness. He came to bring hope. He came to invite every weary heart into lasting peace. That invitation remains open tonight. No matter where you have been. No matter what mistakes you have made. No matter how heavy your heart may feel. Jesus still welcomes you with kindness. His mercy has not grown smaller. His compassion has not become weaker. His love has not changed. As you continue listening, allow your heart to receive that beautiful truth. You are deeply loved by God. You are never forgotten. You are never beyond His grace. His light continues shining into every dark place. His peace continues reaching every anxious heart. His hope continues calling every searching soul. The travelers had reached the end of one journey. Yet they were also standing at the beginning of another. From this day forward, their lives would never be the same. Meeting Jesus changes every sincere heart. It changes the way we see ourselves. It changes the way we see other people. It changes the way we face tomorrow. His presence fills ordinary life with extraordinary hope. So tonight, before sleep gently carries you into peaceful rest, allow your heart to remain quietly before Him. Thank Him for His faithfulness. Thank Him for His patience. Thank Him for His endless love. And may the same Jesus who gently guided those faithful travelers continue guiding every step of your own journey, today, tomorrow, and always. The room was wonderfully quiet. Gentle morning light entered through the small window, filling every corner with warmth. Nothing about the home appeared grand by the standards of the world. There were no expensive decorations. There were no signs of earthly power. Yet the peace that filled this humble place was unlike anything the travelers had ever experienced. As you continue resting tonight, imagine yourself quietly standing beside them. Every breath feels peaceful. Every thought becomes calmer. The worries that once occupied your mind begin to fade into the background. In this gentle moment, there is only one desire within your heart, to know Jesus more deeply. Tonight let Jesus remind you that His presence is greater than every fear you carry. His love reaches farther than your deepest regret. His peace is stronger than every anxious thought. His grace is greater than every mistake you remember. As the travelers entered the home, they noticed Mary quietly watching over her young son. There was a peaceful confidence in her eyes. She had witnessed God's faithfulness again and again since the angel first brought the wonderful news that she would give birth to the promised Savior. Joseph also stood nearby with a humble spirit. He had faithfully protected his family through every unexpected challenge. He had trusted God even when the future was unclear. His quiet obedience became another reminder that faithful people do not always receive easy paths, but they always receive God's presence. The travelers looked toward the child. For a moment, time itself seemed to slow. All the long weeks of travel disappeared from their thoughts. Every difficult road, every cold night, every uncertain day, none of it mattered anymore. Standing before Jesus changed everything. The peace they had searched for through knowledge, through study, and through years of seeking was now quietly resting before their eyes. Sometimes we search in many different places before discovering what our hearts have truly needed all along. Many people search for peace through success. Some search through wealth. Others search through approval. Some believe that one more achievement will finally satisfy them. Yet the deepest peace has never been found in what we possess. It is found in the presence of Jesus. Only His love reaches the deepest places within the human heart. Only His forgiveness removes the weight that guilt leaves behind. Only His grace gives hope that remains even during life's hardest seasons. As the revelers quietly approached the child, their hearts overflowed with gratitude. No one asked for recognition. No one wanted praise. No one thought about their own importance. Every thought became centered on Jesus. That is the beautiful work God desires to do within every believer. The closer we draw to Jesus, the less our pride matters. The more we experience His love, the more naturally humility grows. Love replaces selfishness. Kindness replaces anger. Hope replaces fear. Peace replaces anxiety. The travelers slowly knelt before Him. Their knees touched the floor. Their heads bowed in reverence. Their hearts were completely surrendered. This was not worship born from obligation. It was worship born from gratitude. They recognized that they were standing before God's greatest gift to humanity. As you continue listening tonight, perhaps your own heart can quietly bow before Jesus. Not through fear, not through pressure, but through love. Simply thanking Him for His faithfulness. Thanking Him for never giving up on you. Thanking Him for walking beside you through every season of your life. Thanking Him for loving you even before you fully understood His love. Jesus never asks us to bring perfection. He simply invites us to bring ourselves. Our weaknesses. Our questions. Our hopes. Our fears. Everything can be placed safely into His hands. There is no burden too heavy for Him. No heart too broken. No life too far away. His compassion reaches every person who comes with sincerity. As the quiet morning continued, the room became filled with a sense of holy peace. No one hurried. No one interrupted the silence. Sometimes the greatest moments are not filled with many words. Sometimes God's presence speaks more deeply than language ever could. His peace gently settles upon every willing heart. His love quietly restores tired souls. His grace brings rest that nothing else in this world can provide. Perhaps tonight you also need that kind of rest. Not only rest for your body, but rest for your heart. Rest from worry. Rest from disappointment. Rest from carrying responsibilities that have become too heavy. Jesus still offers that same invitation today. Come to Him. Leave every burden in His care. Allow His peace to become greater than your fears. Allow His love to become stronger than your doubts. Allow His hope to become brighter than your uncertainty. The travelers would soon present the gifts they had carried across many miles. Yet before a single gift was opened, they had already offered something far more precious. They had offered willing hearts. They had offered humble faith. They had offered complete trust. Those remain the greatest gifts any believer can bring before Jesus. And as the peaceful morning continued, every heart in that humble home quietly rejoiced, because God's promise had become wonderfully real, and His love had entered the world for every generation to receive. For several peaceful moments, no one spoke. The quiet inside the little home seemed almost sacred. Every heart was completely focused on Jesus. The long journey had finally led them to the one they had hoped to find. Nothing else seemed important anymore. As you continue resting tonight, imagine yourself sharing that beautiful silence. There is no pressure. There is no hurry. You simply stand in the gentle presence of the Savior. His love welcomes you exactly as you are. Tonight let Jesus fill every empty place within your heart. Let His kindness become greater than your regrets. Let His mercy become stronger than your fears. Let His peace settle gently over every anxious thought. The travelers slowly brought forward the gifts they had protected throughout their long journey. They had carried them across hot deserts, rocky paths, and countless miles. Every day they carefully watched over them because they believed they would one day place them before the promised King. Now that moment had finally arrived. One traveler gently placed his gift before Jesus with great humility. Another quietly followed. Then another. There was no competition among them. No desire to appear more generous than the others. Each heart simply wanted to honor the one who had already given them more than they could ever repay. That is the beautiful nature of true worship. It is never about impressing God. It is never about proving our worth. It is simply responding to His love with thankful hearts. God has always desired our hearts more than our possessions. He delights in sincere faith. He delights in humble obedience. He delights in people who trust Him with their whole lives. Perhaps tonight you wonder what you could possibly offer Jesus. Maybe you feel that your life has been too ordinary. Maybe you believe your mistakes have made you unworthy. Maybe your faith still feels small. Yet Jesus has never asked for perfection. He asks for willingness. A willing heart becomes a place where His grace can quietly work. A willing heart becomes open to His peace. A willing heart discovers joy that circumstances cannot take away. The travelers understood that every earthly treasure would one day fade. Gold would eventually lose its shine. Perfume would disappear. Material things would never last forever. But the relationship they had found with God would remain for all eternity. That realization filled them with deep joy. Many people spend years chasing temporary things. More money. More recognition. More success. There is nothing wrong with working hard or using our gifts wisely. But when those things become the center of our lives, our hearts often remain restless. Only Jesus satisfies the deepest hunger of the soul. Only His presence brings lasting peace. Only His love remains constant through every changing season. As the travelers looked upon the young Jesus, they realized something beautiful. God had not revealed Himself through power that frightened people. He revealed Himself through love that welcomed people. That is still how Jesus works today. He invites. He comforts. He forgives. He restores. His kindness leads people toward hope instead of fear. His compassion gives courage to hearts that have grown weary. As you continue listening tonight, remember that Jesus sees your life with perfect understanding. He knows every hidden struggle. He knows every quiet victory. He knows every prayer you have whispered before falling asleep. Nothing is forgotten. Nothing is overlooked. Every detail of your life matters to Him. Sometimes we believe God only notices the great moments. Yet He also notices the small ones. The quiet act of forgiveness. The unseen act of kindness. The simple prayer offered through tears. The decision to trust Him one more day. These moments are precious in His sight. The room remained peaceful. Soft morning light continued shining through the window. Everything felt calm. Everything felt safe. The travelers no longer felt like strangers. They felt like people who had finally come home. That is one of the greatest gifts Jesus gives us. He gives us a place where our hearts belong. No matter where we were born, no matter where we have traveled, no matter what our past may hold, His love welcomes us into God's family. That invitation remains open tonight. You do not need to earn it. You simply receive it. Jesus already knows your name. He already knows your story. He already knows the dreams you carry and the burdens you quietly hide. Still, He continues loving you with endless patience. Perhaps that is exactly what your heart needs to remember before sleep arrives. You are deeply loved. You are never forgotten. You are never facing tomorrow by yourself. The same God who guided faithful travelers across distant deserts continues guiding your life today. His wisdom has not changed. His promises have not weakened. His mercy has not ended. As the travelers quietly remained before Jesus, they realized that this beautiful meeting would forever shape every remaining day of their lives. The journey that had begun with a single light in the night sky had become something far greater than they ever imagined. It had become a journey of transformed hearts. And every heart that truly encounters Jesus continues that same beautiful journey today, walking each day in His peace, His grace, and His unfailing love. A gentle silence remained inside the humble home. The travelers stayed where they were, not because they had nowhere else to go, but because their hearts had found a peace they had never experienced before. Every breath seemed lighter. Every worry that had once occupied their minds quietly disappeared. Standing near Jesus changed the way they saw everything. As you continue resting tonight, allow your own heart to become still. There is nothing you need to prove. There is nothing you need to earn. Simply allow yourself to rest in the quiet assurance that Jesus knows you completely and loves you perfectly. Tonight, let Jesus remind you that His love has never depended on your success. His mercy has never depended on your strength. His grace has never depended on your perfection. He simply invites you to come close. The travelers slowly lifted their eyes toward the child. They saw no earthly crown. They saw no throne made of gold. They saw no soldiers standing nearby. Yet deep within their hearts they knew they were standing before the true King. The world often measures greatness by power. God measures greatness by love. The world admires those who rule over others. Jesus came to serve others. The world seeks honor for itself. Jesus gave Himself for the world. His entire life would become the greatest example of humility the world would ever know. Even as a child, His presence brought peace to every sincere heart that came before Him. That same peace is available tonight. No matter where you are. No matter what kind of day you have experienced. No matter how tired your heart may feel. Jesus continues inviting every weary soul to find rest in Him. The travelers remained quietly together, grateful that they had listened when God first called them to begin their journey. Looking back, they realized there had been many opportunities to turn around. The road had been difficult. The distance had been long. There had been moments when they could have chosen comfort instead of faith. Yet every step of obedience had brought them closer to Jesus. Sometimes our own journey with God feels exactly the same. There are days when trusting Him seems easy. There are other days when faith requires patience. There are seasons when we cannot clearly see what He is doing. Yet every step taken with Him carries eternal value. Even the smallest act of faith matters. A simple prayer. A forgiving heart. A kind word. A quiet decision to trust Him again. God sees every one of these moments. Nothing offered in love is ever wasted. As the travelers continued worshiping, they understood that this meeting would not simply become a beautiful memory. It would change the rest of their lives. They would return home with different hearts. The same roads would still exist. The same responsibilities would still be waiting. Life itself would continue. But they themselves would never be the same. That is what happens when we truly encounter Jesus. Our circumstances do not always change immediately. But our hearts begin changing. Fear slowly becomes faith. Bitterness slowly becomes forgiveness. Restlessness slowly becomes peace. Hopelessness slowly becomes joyful expectation. Jesus works gently. He changes us from the inside outward. Perhaps tonight your own heart longs for that quiet transformation. Maybe you have carried worry for a very long time. Maybe disappointment has become familiar. Maybe hope has felt distant. If so, remember this gentle promise. Jesus has not stopped working. Even when you cannot feel Him. Even when you cannot understand every season. Even when answers seem delayed. His loving hands continue shaping your life. His wisdom reaches beyond everything you can see today. His goodness continues surrounding you every moment. The travelers finally prepared to leave the humble home. Before taking their first steps outside, they paused once more. They looked toward Jesus with grateful hearts. No words seemed necessary. Love had already spoken more deeply than language ever could. Gratitude filled every corner of their souls. As they stepped back into the morning sunlight, everything looked different. The same streets. The same hills. The same sky. Yet everything seemed brighter because their hearts had been changed. That is one of the beautiful gifts of God's presence. When our hearts become filled with His peace, we begin seeing life through hope instead of fear. We notice blessings we once overlooked. We become more patient with others. We become more thankful for simple moments. We become more aware of God's quiet faithfulness each day. As you prepare to rest tonight, may that same peace gently fill your heart. May Jesus calm every anxious thought. May He strengthen every place where you feel weak. May He remind you that your future is safely held in His loving hands. The faithful God who guided the travelers across deserts and distant lands continues guiding your journey today. His light has not grown dim. His promises have not changed. His love has not become smaller. He is still leading every searching heart toward lasting peace. So rest peacefully tonight. Breathe slowly. Release every burden. Trust His faithful love. And remember that every step you take with Jesus is leading you closer to the beautiful future He has lovingly prepared for you.